Hey, 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 everything's working, everything's good. Welcome to Sam Roberts Now. Happy Lonely Friday, everybody. Hope everybody's doing great out there. About to start another wonderful weekend. So much to do tonight, so much to get into, and wow, there's no way we could get into it without the one and only Hot Dog. Welcome, Hot Dog.
No way! Zero way!
Zero way.
I'm here to get into it.
Get
me that, and I'll get in it.
Yeah, well, that's what I said. I need to get into it, but I need to find somebody who is equally passionate about getting into it. And then Hot Dog, out of the blue, texted me, and he was like, yo, dude, you feel like getting into it? And I was like, actually, yeah. It's exactly what I was looking for.
Yes, I am.
Yeah. So welcome. And look, I have a question, because like I said, there's a lot to discuss this evening here on this Lonely Friday night. Don't forget to like and subscribe here on the channel and keep up to date. Everything we're posting new content all the time these days here on this channel and the wrestling channel. But I have to know, as a family, are we watching The Mole? Have we heard that The Mole is coming back? Or is back?
What the hell is that?
The Mole. Okay, The Mole. A lot of people don't realize. Hot Dog, where do you know Anderson Cooper from?
Anderson Cooper 360.
Yeah, that's where you know him from, because you're a lib. But I know him from The Mole, okay? The Mole was a great reality show. I think it was on ABC. It was like during the reality boom. This was like after Survivor took off, and everybody was like, oh, these are the greatest things in the world, these reality shows. We got to do them all the time. This show came out, and it was hosted by Anderson Cooper. It was like his first gig, and not that many people were into it, but I was obsessed with it. I was obsessed with it to the point that I remember when Anderson Cooper showed up on CNN, and I thought to myself, oh, good, that guy from The Mole got some work.
Wow.
That's how big into it I was. So the deal with The Mole, they did a couple of seasons of it, and they did at least one, maybe two seasons of Celebrity Mole that Corbin Burnson participated in. So a big deal is what I'm telling you. The Mole is basically, you've got whatever it is, 12, 14 strangers, and they're all brought together to complete tasks. And whomever can complete the tasks the best and over a course of a period of time with consistency, there's money to be won at the end. But what is also going on is there is a saboteur amongst the group. And in order to win the money, not only do you have to complete tasks, but you have to be able to figure out who the mole is. And the mole, this is the saboteur, the mole. The mole, well, he's trying to, or she, is trying to sabotage you at every turn. And if they are able to sabotage you correctly without ever getting caught, they're the ones who get to keep all the money. It's very exciting, and it leaves you guessing every single week, who is the mole? I thought...
Did they have to sabotage everyone?
Well, you would sabotage the game, but you have to do it in a way that's kind of under the radar, because otherwise everybody would just be like, hey, that guy sabotaging us is definitely the mole.
Yeah.
You see? So they got to do it. They got to be slick. They got to be, they got to do that slick talk and try to get around it.
Huh. It's an interesting game.
Yeah, the show went off the air many years ago, to the point where Anderson Cooper has a whole new life. Nobody even talks about the mole anymore. But I turn on Netflix, and I see that Netflix, Netflix is, I don't know if you read about this, they're in a little bit of trouble with subscriber growth and stuff like that. They got to make sure that they're staying on the ball. So they got the mole. I guess they got the rights because they decided
they got it.
They got it.
That's a big get.
They decided to remake the mole. I said, oh, good, because I had heard Netflix was going to up subscriber rates. And I was like, well, what's the value of upping the subscription rate? And they said, what if we told you we were remaking the mole? And I said, yeah, that sounds like a pretty good deal to me. I'm not going to sit through ads. I'm not going to get that ad supported tier if I know you guys got episodes of the mole. So the mole is back. It's on Netflix. I think they've uploaded like 5 or 6 episodes, and they're putting an episode or 2 episodes, however they're doing it. They're updating it every week over the course of a few weeks. And I'm thinking that maybe we'll watch the trailer here. But I'm thinking if we're all in agreement, maybe next week we come back together and we try to figure out who the mole is. I'm just.
Oh, they don't tell you who the mole is. They don't tell the audience. I mean, like
no,
the audience.
Of course not. That's part of the game. Then you got to go home and you have to figure out who's the mole. And you're talking to all your cool friends, and because they're also watching the mole, obviously, because they're cool. And so you're talking to them going, who do you think the mole is? And they're like, I think it's this person. Who do you think? And they're like, well, it couldn't be this person because this person did that. I think it's that person. It's very, very exciting. It really captures that engagement.
Oh, I want to be on that show. I like to sabotage things.
You would want to be the mole?
Yeah, that sounds amazing.
Yeah, I know, but here's
earning people's trust and then sabotaging them behind their backs.
But you wouldn't earn anybody's trust. You're not good. You're not slick.
Yes, I am.
No, you're not. Everybody knows.
I would absolutely. I would be like,
you're a bad liar.
I would be like, hey guys, why don't we team up? And like they'd be like, yeah.
They'd be like, well, he wants to team up. There's no way he's the mole. Mole would never team up. And you'd be like, ha.
Here's the thing. I wouldn't sabotage them. I would help them. And I would earn their trust by not sabotaging them.
And then eventually would you sabotage them, or would you just continue to maintain their trust?
I would continue to maintain their trust until the point where I have to sabotage them.
The network would be like,
mostly help them.
The network would be like, hot dog. You got to do some mole shit at some point. Like, what are you doing?
Let's get to the final 3, and then I'll do some sabotaging.
Well, I'm sure that I think they do it like. Well, let's look at the trailer, okay? This is the new mole. Okay. This is the new mole that's on Netflix. I think I'm going to start watching tonight. The new mole that's on Netflix. Watch this.
You've lost 30 grand.
What? What? No! What? See how upset they are? Look at this guy. That's not the mole. He's super upset. Although, I think that guy...
The other guy's super, super upset, so he can't be the mole.
I feel like the guy shouting might be the mole. Like, whoever's trying to be the most upset about losing 30,000 is probably the... Like, she's not the mole, because she's not that upset. Like, if you're the mole, you're really going to camp it up, you know? Like, that's the mole. I think that guy's
Does
the
anyone
mole.
have any ideas about who might have sabotaged to date?
I don't know. That guy with the long hair, though, the artsy-looking guy, he looked like a saboteur.
Well, Sam, if
that guy looks like, I mean, look at him. I wouldn't trust that guy.
Yeah, very suspicious looking.
Yeah. See what I mean already? Isn't this exciting?
Little quick test right now. I go, Sam, we've lost $30,000.
Oh God, no!
You're the mole, dude. Come on. You're obviously the mole.
Oh man. Oh, darn it. Okay. Yeah. No, you got me.
I'm better than that.
No.
My word. Damn, that sucks.
Okay, he's upset, but not that upset. He's not the mole.
Yeah,
that's pretty slick.
Welcome to a new generation of deception.
I love that they say new generation of deception as if anybody remembers the previous generation of the mole. Like, I know of the mole, but that's not this generation. What's that you say? There's a new mole for this generation? This ain't your mama's mole. Ew.
12 strangers will compete together with a common goal.
Oh, yes. I'm here for the money.
Complete missions.
See?
Get paid.
I came to be Dom Cruz, but I'm trying to complete every mission impossible.
But
he's definitely the mole. He's like, that guy's the mole, right?
Was that the same guy who was jumping?
Yeah.
He was like, no.
Yeah.
Oh, he's the mole.
He's definitely the mole. I'm Tom Cruise. I'm doing a Mission Impossible. Like, that's the mole. That guy's for sure the mole.
It's too strong of a persona.
Yeah. Like, this guy, you could tell. He's crafted himself into a very strong persona with the beard and the long hair and everything. He's probably worked out a lot. But he just wants to be loved. You know? You could see it. You could see it in his eyes. So he can't be the mole. It's the other guy, for sure.
The secret mission.
The person you least suspect is the person you should suspect the most.
See, that's the other reason you like this show, Hot Dog. It's the same reason we like some of those dating shows. Is because, and then like 90 Day Fiance, you can judge the people. Yeah, and that's part of the game. That's just how you play. Like, I don't like that guy's face. I think he's a fucking liar. Isn't that mean? No, it's just a mole. That's how you play the mole. Oh, okay.
Fucking like, what if I go up to people like one-on-one sessions and I go like you're not the mole, right? You wouldn't lie to me,
Right? Like you wouldn't hurt me, would you?
Because I will kill you if you're the mole.
That's right. And they're like, and then they don't know that you're the one that's the mole, so that you're just really, really screwing people up.
Sabotage.
We got to remember that it's like us against one person.
This is not a
It's 100% that guy. He just shrugged. Look, everybody's just looking at the camera. Look how over.
That it's like us against one person.
Not me. Nope. Not me. It's 100. He is definitely the mole. I haven't seen one episode yet. I'm looking forward to it. But he's the mole for like confirmed 100%. How is he not? Look at this tattoo on my neck. Do I look like the mole?
Say, person you least suspect is who you should suspect, and you're suspecting him a lot.
Very much.
So I don't think, I think he's not the mole.
Oh, because I suspect him the most, not the
Yes.
least. Oh, okay. All right.
This is not a team game.
It's almost like you're being asked to manipulate people.
I mean, no, it's literally,
literally.
It's you're being asked to manipulate people. Could you lie to these people and betray their trust?
You guys are actively searching for the password?
If this is strategy, it's a dang good one.
I couldn't find the password. What can I tell you? I don't know what it was. It made it hard. What can I tell you? I didn't know the password.
Right now, it's pretty obvious. The mole's winning the game.
Oh.
Have you ever doubted me?
I'm just looking at the camera, bro. I just don't know what I just saw.
See, look at him. He's the mole. He is
Those are acting eyes.
bad acting eyes, like really bad, like aspiring actor eyes. Those eyes are the eyes of a person who signed up to do this show and told the network he wanted to be the mole because he thought if he was the mole, people would go like, oh, I didn't know you were the mole. You must be a great actor. And this would launch his great acting career. But it's not going to work because he's very obviously the mole. Bad actor, I think.
In his head 24/7, it's just like, I'm the mole, I'm the mole, I'm the mole. Instead of, you got to be, you got to forget about it.
Sometimes you got
to
sometimes you got to be hot dog. And like somebody's like, hey, are you the mole? You're like, yeah, man. I mean, no. No. No.
Yeah, okay, I'm the mole. I'm the mole, guys.
Yeah.
He can't be the mole. He's being sarcastic about being the mole.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's not him.
Yeah, I would do that. Yeah. Uh-huh.
You got me. Okay, eliminate me. All right.
Sure. Anyway, let's get back to it. Like you just blow off
Yeah.
the... I think it's him for sure.
Oh, man.
It was a horrible start to our mission.
Voila. There's another 10K loss.
No.
I wonder whose fault it was.
What?
No!
I'm just not ready to go home yet.
See, it's not her. I least suspect... Well, I least suspect her. Maybe it's her.
Right now, I have a whole team of suspects.
It's him.
No, come on.
It's clearly him.
Come on.
Right now, I have many suspects. How many do you have? I have one more than you.
Who do
Yeah,
you
any-
have? Who's on your list?
You? What?
What? Come on.
I think it could be you. Yeah. Yeah, I think it, because it's not me. It's definitely, one thing I would tell you is it's not me for sure. For sure. That's all I know for sure. It's me, not me. Not.
I would be groveling. I would be like, what can I do to make you believe I'm not the mole?
I still have no idea who the mole is.
That guy really does have no idea who the mole is. Like, this guy strikes me as easily confused. You know? I have no idea who the mole is, dude. I don't know.
There's a mole in this game?
Yeah, I believe that he doesn't know who the mole is. That's the thing, Hot Dog. That's why I think that, like, they wouldn't, and this is no offense, I don't think they would put you in as the mole, because you can't be dumb and be the mole, you know? So that's why I don't think.
I'm not dumb. I'm conniving, and I'm.
You're Hot
and
Dog.
I'm-
You've said this before. You're not conniving.
Look at this. Look at this. I'm
You've-
like this in the background.
How long have I known you for?
7 years.
I've never seen you pull off one thing. What are you conniving about?
Because I have no reason to be conniving, or do I?
You're saying you're playing the long game?
Yes.
You're
I
not
am the mole.
You're not conniving. 2 weeks ago, you were like, hey, I need to take a day off work. I was like, fuck you. And you were like, yes, sir.
No idea who the mole is.
Every single mission you've been in has failed.
Someone's going home tonight.
No
The mole
boy.
is among us. Like,
Come on. Look at his face. Every single time.
the mole is among us.
Oh, look around here. I didn't see this in a production meeting. That's for sure.
You might as well talk like the old-timey actors and be super dramatic.
Hey,
Like-
hey, kids. I'm looking for the mole. Have you seen him? Like, what? Why are you talking like that? For the talkies. They're coming, you know.
It's like, one of y'all liars.
So you haven't lied once.
How would you answer that, hot dog? Have you lied at all while you've been here?
I'd be like, yeah, of course.
Oh, he's not the mole. Mole would have lied about that.
Oh yeah. The mole would be like, no, of course not.
Yeah.
I've never lied. I'd be like,
Of course I've lied,
I
yeah.
lie all the time.
Number one, I told you I wasn't the mole. No, oh, shit. Are we watching this?
Yeah, I dig it. I like these kind of games. I like you know, conniving, you know.
Because you
What's
think
the
you're
other word?
conniving. You really think you're a spy.
I am. I'm like,
What
maybe
have
it's
you-
my
what's-
007 love?
what have
Maybe
you
it's my
ever-
spy love?
What have you ever pulled off? Like, what is a thing you've done that it's like, oh, man, people didn't
Okay.
see this one coming.
Okay. Okay, how about this? All right. My work shift is from noon to 8. And what I did, I connived my way. I would show up to work every day a little bit earlier, 15 minutes earlier, 15 minutes earlier, until I was showing up at 10 a.m. And now my boss thinks my shift is from 10 to 6. It's not. That's conniving.
You went to work early?
Yeah.
And you worked the same number of hours?
No, until they forgot. I kept pushing it back every 15 minutes until they forgot that I had a 12 p.m. shift.
A conniving person would have figured out how to get to work at 2. I mean, a conniving person would have shaved it off the back without adding to the front.
I
You're
was just
working
shifting it.
You're working the same number of hours. It's just a time shift. That's not impressive at all.
Yeah, and then, but then eventually my boss was like, "Oh yeah, you started at 10, right? So you're off now, right?" And I went,
But you had started working at like 10 o'clock. You started working 2 hours earlier than you had to.
"Right."
Okay.
So
Okay. King Buzzo says, just because Hot Dog is spineless doesn't mean he's underhanded. Yeah, you're confusing things. Spineless doesn't mean conniving.
I understand that, but because you and everyone else thinks that I'm such a bad actor or whatever to be a mole, I would be the perfect candidate to be a mole because you wouldn't see me coming. You'd be like, obviously that guy's not the mole. He's an awful liar, but I would purposely lie awfully so people think that I'm not the mole.
Yeah, but then
It's
you
like
wouldn't. But
40
then,
chest.
but then when it's crunch time, you wouldn't want to do anything because you wouldn't want people to not like you.
I would go like this. I would take him to the side and I would go like how mad would you be
Just out of curiosity,
if I was the mole?
If I was the mole, you would still be cool, right? Like, how mad would you be? Not that I am.
We talked about hanging out after the show, and like I still want to do that.
See, that's why you're not conniving. A conniving person doesn't like. You want everybody to be friends with you and think you're cool and likable.
Right, but a conniving person doesn't get caught though, so they would still think I'm likable. I could be the mole and connive myself out of being not likable.
But you,
I could have my cake and eat it too.
No, you can't. I mean, because you'd have to do stuff that's being conniving is not likable.
It's not true. It's just lying, and I am a good liar.
No, you're not.
Tell me something. Ask me something now.
All right. What color are your glasses?
White.
I think I got to get this monitor fixed. They don't look well. I think my color's all off. This is not good.
See?
That was actually very good. It was very good. It was very good. Yeah. Maybe you could be the mole then. Maybe maybe it's in your future. Six Crow, he just sent in a super chat. He said, hot dog is the boar.
I would win that shot.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Hot dog. Do you like to take naps?
I don't like taking naps. I think they are detrimental to people's work ethic.
That sounded like a lie.
No.
Because you threw in words.
What did I lie to you?
Well, yeah, of course. You threw in words that you don't normally. You never said the word detrimental in your life. That's not how you talk.
It is when I'm telling the truth. I wouldn't lie to you.
It is when I'm telling the truth. I'm usually lying. What? Oh. Well, look. I got to watch something, right? And The Mole seems like a good pick because the big event happened and I jumped on board last night. Hot dog, it's in theaters and streaming on Peacock now simultaneously. It's the finale of a trilogy, depending on how you look at it, maybe the finale of an entire franchise. Halloween Ends has been unleashed upon the great people of Haddonfield and the rest of the continental United States, if not the entire world. Halloween Ends, of course, the third part in the latest Halloween trilogy that started with Halloween, then was Halloween Kills, which I believe came out a year ago, and now Halloween Ends. Now, we've talked about this before. This is the fifth, maybe, timeline in the Halloween franchise. The way you look at these films, or you're supposed to, is that Halloween, the first one, the 1978 John Carpenter film, still exists. But you skip everything else and you go all the way forward to the, what did it come out in? I believe 2018 Halloween movie. So it goes Halloween, Halloween, and then last year's Halloween Kills, and then this year's Halloween Ends. Hot dog, did you see this movie?
No, I'm going to watch it with my roommate tonight. First of all, did you watch it in theaters or did you watch it streaming?
I decided that I wanted to jump on this ASAP, and I did watch it streaming. I will try not to spoil it for you. I decided to go the streaming route because I wanted to make sure that I saw it before anybody had the chance to spoil it for me. But so I watched it, like, you know, within hours of its release on Peacock. And listen, the word divisive needs to stop being thrown around. I'm so sick. If you're going to review this movie, do not use the word divisive because I'm tired of that. And I think that it's a cop-out that people use to not talk about how they actually feel about this movie. I'm a big fan of the Halloween franchise, okay? And in this film, I'm watching, you know, and they do kind of start with a recap of what's happened in this universe that we're in, a recap of Halloween, a recap of Halloween Kills, and we are now, Halloween and Halloween Kills take place within the same 24 hours of each other. Halloween Kills picks up right after the end of Halloween, which is, I believe, an homage to the first Halloween film, because the original sequel, Halloween 2, takes place on the same night or as a continuation of the first Halloween movie. Same way for 2018 Halloween and Halloween Kills. Halloween Ends takes place 4 years removed from Halloween Kills. 4 years have passed since the Shape, Michael Myers, and his evil force was seen in Haddonfield. Now, what did I like about this movie, first of all? Okay, so lots of homage, as I said. Lots of tribute to the original. The fonts that were used in the titles were the same as the original Halloween 3. There's lots of little Easter eggs. You know, the characters stay true to the original. I like that, okay? I like that we start to explore a little bit the impact that after all this time, Michael Myers has not just had on Laurie Strode, but also on the entire town of Haddonfield, right? Halloween Kills was about Haddonfield being turned upside down by Michael Myers. We see the aftermath of not just, we see Laurie actually somewhat improved over the last 4 years. She seems to have kind of relieved herself of a lot of the pressures that she was under. But the town is worse for it. The town itself was completely left in shambles and disheveled, and we see the effect that trauma can have on a large scale of a neighborhood like this. I like that. I thought Jamie Lee Curtis is great in this, right? We did not get a lot of Laurie in Halloween Kills. In Halloween Kills, Laurie Strode is in the hospital for almost the entire movie. In Halloween Ends, Laurie Strode is in most of it. She's great. Jamie Lee Curtis is great. It's an evolution of the character that makes sense. And we do get a Michael Myers Laurie Strode showdown. That's not a spoiler. It's in the trailer and everything. But the showdown between Laurie and Michael Myers after 40 plus years is satisfying. The showdown is satisfying. So there's the beginning where we start to see all the tribute, right? And then there's the end where we see the showdown, right? This stuff in the middle is a little murky. That's where it starts to get murky. See, what Halloween Ends does is they make a bold choice and they do something different. And some people are saying, I give them credit and I commend them for trying something different. And normally, in filmmaking, especially something that is so ripe full of tropes, like the horror genre, I would agree. I commend you trying to do something different. But it's a Halloween movie. If there's anything that we've learned from the entire Halloween franchise, it's that everything goes awry when you try to do something different. Nobody is turning on Halloween to watch you try to do something different. They want the same. If they wanted something different, they would pick a movie not called Halloween. You know what it would be called? Anything different. It would be different than Halloween, you see. And that's where it starts to... They introduce a new character, which is never a good sign. In
the last movie.
Corey is introduced, and Corey is a pivotal part of this film. But I'm like, Corey blows. Corey sucks, dude. And it's like, we didn't want Cousin Oliver. You could have just stopped the Brady Bunch. Poochie was a huge mistake. What I'm telling you is, send Corey back up into outer space with his family or wherever he comes from and pretend it never happened, because it was a mistake. And I don't know. Maybe a day will come when I appreciate this movie more than I do right now. But I'm telling you right now, I came out of the Halloween sequel in 2018 going, thank God, finally, somebody did it right. This was amazing. And then I watched Halloween Kills and went, God damn it. Now the best they can do is go 2 for 3. That sucked. This is a terrible movie. Halloween Kills is awful. And then I turn on Halloween Ends. And you know what I said at the end of it? It's 1 for 3. There's no song called 1 for 3 ain't bad. 1 for 3 is bad. It's
baseball.
1 for 3?
Yeah, baseball. That's great.
A third is never great. It's less than
300. That's awesome.
Well, Halloween batting
Hall of Fame numbers.
I don't know if batting 300 is. I don't think you know anything about baseball, hot dog.
I bet you I'm right though.
Maybe. It's not in the film though. Not in trilogies. Certainly not in trilogies. Look.
So divisive.
Divisive.
What would you call the whole trilogy if not divisive?
There's something about this Halloween movie where people feel the need to go off the ranch. And maybe it's because it's such a simple premise. Michael Myers chases Laurie Strode. Villain chases the babysitter. But there's something about it that you can't go deep into sequels without completely going off into La La Land somewhere else. And I'm like, what are we talking about? I mean, it's an issue for me. I'm watching this thing and I felt a lack of stakes. I said, where are the stakes here? Right? And they tried to build them. Like, maybe it looked okay on paper, but it was like, we got to set up a love interest. So girl sees guy within an instant, just looking at him. She's like, oh yeah, I want to be with that guy forever. And then they go on 2 dates and it's like, well, this is the love of her life. And I hope that her mother doesn't try to separate them. And I'm not invested. I'm not invested in this couple. I'm not here invested in this couple enough to care whether they end up together, whether they kill each other, whether they escape. I don't care. Right? And I don't like Corey to begin with. So he blows. And I just found myself having a real issue connecting. And by the time it was over, I was like, why did they make either of these last 2 movies? Like, why? I would love for somebody to explain to me why Halloween Kills or Halloween Ends exists. Because as far as I'm...
all announced at the same time, right?
No.
All 3?
No. They did the first one in 2018, and then they announced the next 2.
I got it.
As far as I'm concerned, at the end of Halloween 2018, Michael Myers is trapped in the basement of Laurie's house, and the house is burning down. As far as I'm concerned, that's where the timeline ends. Because everything after that is like, I don't know. I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay, but there's something here, right? So the original Halloween, right, was great. You loved it, right?
Yeah.
Then the Halloween 2018.
Great. Loved it. Yeah.
So why don't we just restart it again, but this time from the second Halloween, and that way we have Halloween, and then we have another Halloween that takes place after the second Halloween.
This is the issue. Here's my issue, Hot Dog. I left the movie thinking we need to start a new Halloween timeline. They screwed this one up. We need to go back. We need to start another timeline because we screwed this one up again. We keep doing this. We're 5 timelines deep in Halloween because we keep screwing up the timeline. We start them awesome. Start them great. And then somehow we go all wonky. We're going to have to go back and start the timeline again.
But we're going forward, though. We progressed. We have another Halloween that we could add to the original good timeline.
I will keep Halloween 2018. Yes. I'll keep Halloween 2018 and then progress the timeline from there. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm okay with that. I'm okay with there being more sequels. I love the idea of there being more sequels. But don't ruin them, And I'll tell you, there are people who love it. That's true. There are people that say they love it. I think the people who love Halloween Ends are either like Halloween super fans that they would have loved anything as long as there's a closing scene of Laurie versus Michael with a finality to it, because there is, or just contrarians. Contrarians that are like, you don't get it, man. You don't get it. It's not the worst Halloween movie by a mile. There's plenty of bad Halloween movies. It's not
worse.
Well, first of all, Halloween Kills, I think, is worse than Halloween Ends. It's not even the worst in this trilogy. I still think Halloween Kills is worse. I think, Halloween H2, maybe Halloween Resurrection is tough. Halloween Resurrection is tough. I believe that's the one with Busta Rhymes. That's tough. Halloween Resurrection is tough. I don't know. Look, some of the other ones are bad, but they have such a warm place in my heart that I can enjoy them. So maybe I just need like 20 years to get past this, to go like, okay, I can appreciate it now for what it is. But today, I'm having trouble. That's all.
Do you think the experimenting and changing things up is something you could maybe appreciate?
No.
After a little bit?
Maybe, but probably not. Something happened here. Something happened. That's what I would love. I would love to be a fly on the wall, because something in the planning stages of these two movies went awry. There was something happened in the meetings, because it seems like the first draft of the script was the one they went with. Like they were just as long as there's a script, we need words on paper, and we will go with that script. You know,
someone posted a screenshot of the opening credits, and it showed like 4 or 5 different writers, and they're like, "This might have been the problem of Halloween Ends."
Yeah. I mean, it does.
Too many cooks in the kitchen.
It does feel at times, and by the way, like, so it feels at times like you're just watching 3 or 4 disjointed movies, all of which have the potential to be cool. Everything that's happening in there, everything that's set up, everything that might be going on, it all has the potential to be cool. But because it's all happening, it's just a mixed bag of kind of nonsense that you're like, wait, what? What's happening now? Who is Corey? Why? And I'll tell you, you know how there wasn't much Laurie in Halloween Kills?
Mm-hmm.
That's about how much Michael there is in Halloween Ends.
Oof.
So you don't have a ton of Michael. And he's like, also, he's really old in this one. Like they kind of are just like, you got to understand, he's a senior citizen at this point. And I'm like, I mean, I get it, but he's the shape. You know, that's the whole point. He's the shape. Don't tell me exactly what shape he is. He's pure evil. He's not a guy.
He's getting too old for this shit.
Yeah, they like to do that sometimes in these Michael Myers movies, in these Halloween movies. They like to start to take moments to humanize the villain, which is a mistake. It's that what's scary about it is the idea that I mean, it's like when Rey Mysterio got unmasked, right? There was
Great moment.
Well, there was all this hype. Oh my God, we're finally going to see him without his mask on. And he takes his mask off, and you're like, oh, he's just a guy. You know, he's just a dude, right? Like he's just a guy. I've never seen that guy before. It's like Michael Myers
makes him in all the other cruiserweights.
Yeah, for Michael Myers, it's like, but the same thing happened. You know, Hoovy Juice took his mask off. You're like, oh, okay, it's another guy. Psychosis took his mask off. It's a guy. It's just a guy, right? So, like, to humanize Michael Myers, to even hint at what could be under the mask or what's really going on, is a waste of time. It takes everything away for Michael Myers. It's like, why have this Michael character to begin with? If you're like, oh, he's just a guy whose name is actually Michael, oh, that's not so scary at all. I guess when you phrase it like that, it's not, but we really set up this whole shape. Where's Dr. Loomis? Where is Samuel Loomis when you need him?
So do you like to give a good rating number, like 1 to 10? Or
I don't know. I mean, like I said, there are moments that I enjoy. Like, there's lots of good foreshadowing in the beginning. They use a lot of visuals and sounds that make it seem like, oh, that could be a kill. Oh, that could be a kill. Oh, that could be a kill. I wonder if we'll revisit that. We don't revisit much of them, but
I'm very interested to watch it tonight.
I like the foreshadowing. I'd be interested in your opinion of it. I mean, I feel like
you got to give me time. You got to let me watch it, and then.
Well, I feel like I may have shaped it already. Like, I feel like you're gonna walk in and you're just gonna be like looking for the points that I made so you can make them.
I'll be like, oh, that's what Sam meant.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell my roommate that. No, Sam told me he didn't like this middle part.
I mean, the middle part's a big part, and you meet Corey right away, and you're like, oh yeah, he does suck.
Yeah, and then I'm gonna be like, don't expect much of Myers. Sam told me he doesn't show up a lot here.
just ruining it.
Yeah.
Ruining it as you go. Yeah. I mean, so it left me thinking, what is my quintessential Halloween timeline? Because the original Halloween timeline is, well, okay, so the first timeline technically is 1, 2, 4, 5, 6. Halloween 3 is its own separate timeline, so we're not even counting it. It's not in the mix because it's its own thing, Season of the Witch. It's a great movie, but it's a separate thing. So there's Halloween 1, 2, 4, 5, 6. Then there's Halloween 1, 2, H2O, and Resurrection. Because when they made H2O, they were just like, just forget 4, 5, and 6. Then there's Rob Zombie's Halloween 1 and 2. By the way, I love Rob. Halloween Ends is better than Rob Zombie's Halloween 2.
Okay.
It is
That's
better
something.
it is better than Rob Zombie's Halloween 2. Right, so there's Rob Zombie's Halloween, and then there's Halloween 2018, Halloween Kills, Halloween Ends. So I'm having real trouble deciding. It's like, if you go, here's the way I will picture the Halloween movie franchise in my head. This is the story of Halloween. It goes Halloween 1978, Halloween 2018, and then the last scene or the final fight in Halloween Ends. So skip all, yeah.
A movie in 3/4.
I mean, probably more than 3. Probably 5/6 or something. I mean, a big chunk of it. Yeah.
Would you want to ask Danny McBride what would happen if he ever comes in studio?
Well, he is an executive producer of the sequels.
I thought he was right. I thought he was a writer.
He wrote. Well, I think he's a writer in the sense that, like, I still get credit because, I started this thing. But, I mean, they really do not. Neither of these two movies feel like the same person or people concocting the story on that 2018 movie came up with these stories as well. Absolutely not. So, yeah. I mean, I would ask him what happened because I'd be like, maybe next time you get your hands on the script a little bit, Danny. Like, you did good in 2018. I mean, I know Gemstones is killing it right now, but yeah. So, King Buzzo says, I bet Halloween Ends isn't even the last one. I hope it isn't. I hope Halloween Ends is not the last one.
You wouldn't want to end it. You want to get the right timeline. You want to get the solidified.
Yeah, I need more. I need
it.
Yeah. And then what you could do is you could rewrite another movie or two and then tack the ending of Halloween Ends onto whatever you put. It's a good ending. It's a fine. It leaves you satisfied. It's a good franchise ending. It's good for people that have followed this story for as long as a lot of us have. But that's probably as far as it goes.
Open up the multiverse.
No. Fuck the multiverse. No.
There's so many timelines. Why not?
If they bring the multiverse into horror, it would be a catastrophe. The multiverse in successful movies is bad.
What about like a bunch of Mike Myers is just like confronting each other for the first time?
First of all, it's Michael Myers, not Mike. It's not like it's Austin Powers.
Yeah. What are a bunch of them confronting each other for the first time? They're like, what? What is this? And then they team up.
No, it'd be great. That'd be great. Don't forget to super chat in, by the way. I'm giving some people freebies out there. Super chat in. And I've gotten multiple requests now. I am going to see Terrifier 2. Hopefully this weekend. And I'll do a review for it. I'll probably post it during the week. It'll probably be in addition to the Sam Roberts Now videos that go up. Just like, the Barney documentary came out. And there's an interview with Tommy Avalone, director of I Love You, You Hate Me, here on the YouTube channel. Lots of videos going up, so check it out. It was uploaded earlier this week. Hot Dog is a test. Do you send the thumbs up emoji?
To in text messages?
In general. You do?
To my boss? Yeah. Or I do the double tap thumbs up.
Oh, no. The emoji.
Oh, yeah, I do that.
Oh, no.
I do both.
Oh, no.
Oh,
no.
Is that racist now?
It's not racist. You're a boomer, dude.
What?
You're a boomer. Yeah, I seen it. Look at this headline. The Daily Mail posted it. It says, why nobody should be using the thumbs up emoji in 2022. The Daily Mail posted an article that said that the Gen Zers are trying to cancel the thumbs up emoji. So, of course, it led to everybody that's afraid of getting old, all up in arms. Oh, this cancel culture has gone too far. Rabble, 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 rabble. But really what they were reporting on, for whatever reason, was an interesting Reddit thread where a 24-year-old asked if you send the thumbs up emoji, because this 24-year-old said that she was at work and people were sending thumbs up emojis, and she had to really get used to it because she felt like it was passive aggressive. She felt the hostility of it. And then like people on the Reddit thread that were like in their 30s, in their 40s were like, what the hell are you talking about? I send thumbs up emojis all the time. And then everybody in the Reddit thread that was like 25 and under was like, oh yeah, no. People at my office send the thumbs up emoji, and it's like I'm triggered by it. It's really bad. You know, for some reason, the youth, like I might send a thumbs up emoji and I think this, you got it. Like Michelle Tanner, you got it, dude. The youth think that it's like this. Okay. You know? And so they're having a lot of trouble with it. And Hot Dog, I am really, really dismayed to find out that you're a thumbs up emoji guy.
Well, in the context, let me add some context to it. I do send the thumbs up a lot to my older colleagues who also send thumbs up. And sometimes when I don't want to write a whole thing because I'm annoyed at them on Slack, I do the all right, but it's not like a fuck you thumbs up. It's
yes, it is. Right, yeah. Yes, it is. You proved them right. You just said that you send them the thumbs up when you're annoyed with them and don't want to talk to them, so you send them a thumbs up. Because if you're no. Because if you're annoyed with somebody, you don't go like this. You got it, dude. You go like this. Okay. And that's what Gen Z is afraid of. They know. They're onto your games, Hot Dog. Gen Z is smarter than anybody realizes. Because Hot Dog, I'm so conniving, I'm Hot Dog, is over here trying to give thumbs up because he's pissed off. And Gen Z is looking at it going like, look at that thumbs up. Hot Dog is pissed off. They see right through you, dude. I've never sent
it to a younger person, though. Or people my age. I sent it to like late 30s. Like you, 40.
Stop faking. You're lying. You're the mole. You're lying. You've never thought about it. You didn't even know what I was talking about. When I brought it up, you're like, fuck yeah, I send the thumbs up. I send it all the time.
I do send it.
So, I mean, only to older people.
I don't send it to friends.
You did not know it was bad.
No, I knew it couldn't have been good. It couldn't have been, people who send thumbs up emoji have huge dicks or something.
What?
I knew where it was going. I knew it couldn't be good.
You didn't know, Hot Dog. You had no idea where I was going. That's why you were like, I love sending thumbs up. I sent thumbs up while I brush my teeth in the morning. And I was like, whoa, who's the boomer?
Slacks now. Yeah, I think I do only send it when I'm annoyed. Not annoyed.
The Gen Zers are right. I'll bet you're sending it to the young people that you work with that you want to think that you're cool, and they talk about you behind your back because you use emojis like an old person. They're like, whenever we get a chance, we got to cancel Hot Dog. Did you see what emojis he was sending?
I was like, what? This is not passive aggressive.
It's thumbs up. I'm saying thumbs up. Good. I appreciate it. Okay, all right. So since is
this good?
Oh, no. That means something else entirely, Hot Dog. You can't be sending that. All right.
What?
So, okay. When you get a thumbs up, do you take it passive aggressively?
If it comes from like a good friend, like let's say intern Annie, and if I write something and she just gives me a thumbs up, I do honestly believe that she is maybe annoyed at me, or she's
okay.
Like something like she's okay with it, but like
whatever, dude, whatever.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. Now, is it different when you do when you add the thumbs up to when you comment on the text? You know what I'm saying?
That's totally fine.
That's fine.
Yeah, that's just an acknowledgement.
Gotcha. I have recently finally started just throwing a heart on a text. Just to be like, I acknowledge you. When I get a text from the tribal chief, I just do something to acknowledge him.
Nice.
You know, he appreciates it. Wow. So you do see. Okay, so how about this? What if you send 3 thumbs ups? Thumbs up, thumbs up,
That's
thumbs
good.
up.
3 thumbs up is
That's not passive aggressive.
No.
Okay.
No. Is that what you send me? I feel like sometimes you send me 3, sometimes you send me 1. And I like it when you send me 3.
3 is my move. 3 is when I'm in a You know what?
Yeah.
I would have to look back. But I think 3 does mean we're good.
Yeah.
And 1 means I don't have time for your horse shit right now, dude.
Like I think if I send you like a graphic for like the podcast and you send me like 1 thumbs up, I go, oh, he didn't like it. Like he just sometimes I do think about whether like how you respond to like my stuff, and I go, okay, he's gonna use it, but he's not in love with it.
But 3 thumbs up.
Heck of a job.
Okay, good. Yeah, because good. I'm glad I'm not being misinterpreted then. Because my 3 thumbs up are really meaningful. Yeah, this is going to get really dangerous, dude. There's going to be, especially as these generations get older, the more we don't use words to communicate and don't communicate face-to-face, we're just like, is there a way that we could send pictures to each other to talk? Can we use hieroglyphics like on cave walls or whatever? Is there a way we could do that? Do you have any idea how much is going to get lost in communication? Like, it's already bad enough that when you're texting, people misread sarcasm or misread jokes, or tonality gets lost. And, you know, something like if you're sensitive about something, like if I go, could you hurry up on that? You could read it as like, oh yeah, we're hustling together, or, oh, he's mad at me. It's just super mad. You know, like you have no idea. It's just whatever your insecurity in your head is, that's how you read it. It's going to get so much worse now that thumbs up is a bad thing. I feel like 1.
1 thumbs up.
You got to go 3.
Yes. 3 is an affirmative.
What if you send the AOK symbol 3 times? Is that like KKK? You can't do that?
I think that's fine.
Okay.
If you're excited. See, I scrolled up on our chat.
Yeah.
2 weeks ago, you sent me 1 thumbs up.
What was the graphic?
Last week, you sent me
3
thumbs up. This was Tales from the Territories was 1 thumbs up.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, last week I was feeling good about the podcast. It was the double podcast. I knew the Extreme Rules one was going to hit. I knew the MJF was going to hit hard. It was, I was in a good spot. I was in a good place. I was in a good place, and you got to feel the effect of that.
I like it.
Yeah, I bet I sent you 1 thumbs up because I was like, yeah, this is cool, but wait till next week. You know? Yeah. Yeah, okay, so there is something to it. So once again, Gen Z's right. They nailed it again.
They're at the forefront.
You get annoyed at them sometimes, though.
Yeah, but that's not, not them as a generation, because that'd make me sound old. Just
and you don't want individually. And that's the worst thing you could be, right?
No, of course not. Yeah. I'm there with them. I'm in the trenches.
You are?
Yeah.
You're just a kid, right?
Kid at heart.
Yeah. Yeah. Good for you. Good for you. Well, I'll tell you, were you if you're a kid at heart, were you at TwitchCon?
Yeah, my back is, my spine, it's broken.
Oh, this poor young lady. So at TwitchCon, and by the way, Twitch is catching a lot of heat for this, but it wasn't actually TwitchCon. It was, the booth was not run by Twitch, right? It's like the way, like, if there was a display at San Diego Comic-Con, it's not all San Diego Comic-Con. Different people are running different booths in different ways, right? Okay. So TwitchCon was last weekend. I don't know anything about TwitchCon. I wasn't invited, but I don't have a Twitch channel. So
Twitch, dude.
Yeah. So, but TwitchCon happens, and I guess one of these booths, what's the company? Lenovo, maybe? That booth has this jousting, almost American Gladiators like pit setup, where they have, as you can see, 2 platforms in the middle of a deliciously deep foam pit that makes it so you can compete in a gladiatorial, aggressive way without having to worry about any physical injury. It's perfect. Well,
And what's the aim of this game?
with the aim, of course, you each have the jousting stick like in American Gladiators, and you have to hit each other with the sticks until one of you falls off the platform in to the extremely, incredibly deep foam pit. As I look at it now, this is foam. This is the floor. That's the floor. So that's probably, it's not quite shin deep. It's not,
Well, what's the definition of a pit?
right, as opposed to a puddle.
Right.
Right, like a layer of foam, like a layer of foam bricks. Yeah. Well, so this streamer, Adriana Chechik.
Porn star?
Well, yeah, I don't know. Is she still in porn?
I don't know if she's transitioned or if she's doing both.
Yeah, I don't know. She's either
tonight.
doing both, but you know, she got a lot of business. Right now, she's not doing either because she's a streamer. She was there with her friend. They're jousting. You could see the blonde got knocked off. Adriana started celebrating, and she decided to jump up in the air and throw herself into a foam pit. This is like Rob Dyrdek's whatever factory. What's his factory called?
I was gonna say a chocolate factory. No,
it's not it's not Willy Wonka's chocolate factory. And this is well,
fantasy factory.
Fantasy Factory, and this is how it went down. I don't even want to watch.
God. Big sense of her own.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Oh,
it's
that's
not graphic or anything.
No,
but
it's just you look at the that is painful. Whoa. It's just it just lands like a thud. You know? Have you ever been walking and there's like a little step and you don't realize there was a step, so you just step like a curb even. You don't realize there's a curb, so you just walk off the curb and you don't fall. But because you weren't braced, your foot hits the ground and it just sends that shock wave and you're just like, oh, like all the way up your spine.
It's a lot of shock waves on that one.
Now imagine jumping up in the air, doing a split, and landing right on your coccyx.
Oh my God!
Oh, Jesus.
Sense of her own. You good? Great.
And then she's smiling because she's trying to no-sell. See? She's smiling, but like she can't get up.
Victory there.
Oh, you can tell how much pain she's in. You can tell like the way like she's trying to move her body in a way that doesn't hurt, but everything hurts because she just jumped on concrete covered in a incredibly thin layer of foam.
I flinch anytime I see that landing.
What'd you say?
I flinch whenever I see that landing.
Oof, it's bad. They're saying, are you okay? She's saying no. This is my favorite part. Listen to the commentator. Listen to the lady on the loudspeaker.
Are you okay? She's held down by the pitbull. Medic!
Gravity.
No, she's fine.
She's fine. She's totally fine. Don't even worry about her. She's totally fine.
Good.
Everything's good. And one poor girl.
Come on, let's be professional.
Who, by the way, the blonde has also said that she didn't have any specific injuries, but she was like, no, that hurt like a bitch when I fell off of it. Yeah, listen to the commentator.
All right, we'll make sure she's okay. Get her out of the pit.
Landed on her tailbone.
Yeah.
Now she lives in the pit now. I kind of think.
It's so cold.
Yeah, she's living in the pit now. How fun is the pit? She's like, no, her tailbone
My back is broken.
I think she just broke her tailbone. Well, it was worse than breaking her tailbone because she was able to post more content recently. Would you like to see the new content that she's posting?
Oh yeah, I haven't seen this.
Okay, this is the sexy content that she's posting.
Good job.
She's learning this. She's learning how to walk again.
No,
she's learned, dude. I mean, it's like so serious. She broke her back in 2 different places. She had to get a metal rod put into her back. She's had multiple surgeries that have been hours long each. She said like 2 or 3 different surgeries. One was like 5 hours. One was like 7 hours. Look at the pain that she's in.
Do you sue? I mean, the company that was.
You know who you sue?
Doing this,
you know who you sue? Everybody.
Yeah, okay.
Everyone gets sued. Yeah.
Someone has to get sued. They gotta get that money.
Oh, there's a lot of money here. There's a lot of money to be made here. Yeah, that hospital gown ain't the only thing that's green that's coming in.
Like,
she deserves some cash too.
There's like some other people who got injured as well. Some people like they broke their knee.
Look at her. She's taking her first steps. She's taking her first steps. Like, how'd you get injured? Oh, I thought there wasn't cement directly under the foam. It's my bad.
Jumped into it like it was a bed.
Like, can you imagine jumping into a ball pit and just getting slapped with concrete? Look at this.
Oh my God!
Oh, Jesus Christ!
It's the added layer of trust that makes it worse. Because if you're jumping into, you might as well just jump into concrete because at least you would try to land a certain way.
If you jumped into concrete, yeah, you would at least know it was coming. You wouldn't think like, oh, this is gonna be like getting into bed. This is gonna be great.
Yeah,
this is gonna be so comfortable.
That's the worst part of it.
Yeah, there were some people. Yeah, there was another creator that said that they dislocated their knee, falling off this thing. Yeah, so
like
there's
at least 3 injuries.
Yeah, there's
4 injuries. Yeah,
there's a debate, raging. Because at first, I think that this has kind of died down, but at first people were like, "Hey, man, it's a risky thing you're doing there." And like, no, it's not a risky thing. This is meant for children. It's not a risky thing. It's a child's party game. It's not a risky thing. This isn't the X Games, okay? This is American gladiator jousting in a foam pit.
Someone said, why'd you jump? And it's like, well, the purpose of the game is to throw someone off of it. So, I mean, someone's fallen.
Literally, foam pits were invented to have fun jumping into. Why? Can you imagine being like, I've got this foam pit right here. You can do whatever you want, just don't jump into it. You'd be like, well, what the hell else am I going to do with all this foam? This is insane. No. I got my own foam pit. Oh, cool. Let me, do whatever you want. Just no jumping in it. It's dangerous.
You can only walk on it. So it's walking only.
You can step into it and just kind of touch it with your, like, how's the temperature? It's exactly the same as the room. It's not water. What are you talking about? I can't jump into it. That's why have a foam pit then? I mean, why is there foam on the ground?
Everyone who participated signed a,
Yeah, but I don't think that you get like a waiver. But like those don't cover everything. Like I don't think it's possible to have a waiver that says we can break your back into as many pieces as we want, and then you go, yeah, no problem.
You cannot sue us.
Yeah. I think that like most lawyers would be able to say, I think that this contract was signed under false pretenses. I don't think my client realized that there was a real risk to her shattering her back. Like she damaged her bladder. Like she did all kinds of stuff. She fucked herself up. So yeah, that's the question. Like, is it TwitchCon's fault for not checking what the people running the booths were doing? Does the person who runs the booth, does that company take on full responsibility? I mean, there should be paperwork for all of it. Like when TwitchCon rents out whatever convention center they were in, you would think that as they sell booth spaces, there's some kind of agreement where, for insurance purposes, those people take on responsibility. But I don't know, like if you trip and fall in a store, is the, let's say, franchisee in charge of taking care of that, or would you sue the building owner? I don't know.
Actually, the franchise, whoever has the most money. TwitchCon or Twitch is owned by Amazon.
Whoever has the most money. Pay up, Bezos! And I don't want it in gift cards either. No. Cold hard cash.
Amazon Prime.
Oh, yeah. And he's like, I'm not the CEO anymore. I don't know what to tell you. Talk to my ex-wife. She knows more than I do. Yeah, it's brutal. But I'll be interested to see what happens. She needs to get paid. She needs to get paid. You should not break your back by jumping into a foam pit at TwitchCon.
Now you see this, and next time you see a foam pit, you're gonna have to and your kids want to jump into it. You're gonna have to double check.
I already can't go to trampoline parks. All these kids break their legs at trampoline. I don't know how trampoline parks stay in business. I've never known a kid who's gone to a trampoline park and not broken their leg. Every single child that I've ever known to go to a trampoline park breaks their leg. And yet they stay in business.
They probably had the kids sign a waiver before.
I mean, I think that probably makes more sense, right? Because if you're jumping into a foam pit, you got to know you might break your back. It's like, that's ridiculous. But for a trampoline park, they're like, look, miss, every child that has ever come in here has broken their leg. Not only is there a risk that your child will break its leg, it will definitely happen. We're breaking that leg today. So come in if you want, because it's happening. And they're like, okay, how much is it? It's $60 for the hour. And he's like, but honestly, I would pay for half an hour because the leg's going to be broken by then anyway.
Ain't gonna take that long.
Yeah, you'll be good. You'll be good with that. All of them. All of them. All right, let's get to these super chats, huh? If you want to contribute to tonight's show, super chat in. Don't forget to check everything else we're doing on the channel. Of course, we put videos from Sam Roberts Now up throughout the week. We've got a video about the adult Happy Meals. We've got the review of Smile, the movie. Halloween Ends will be posted as a movie review. But we're also adding additional content. The interview with Tommy Avalone, who directed I Love You, You Hate Me, went up this week. The Pearl review went up last week. Hopefully next week we'll get a review up for Terrifier 2 before we meet again for another episode of Sam Roberts Now. But before any of that, if you'd like to contribute to tonight's show, super chat in. Every super chat gets acknowledged on tonight's show. So go ahead and super chat in. And like this video. Like it. If you're watching, you're enjoying, or you're not enjoying, you're just sitting there, just like the video. If you can hear me, hit the thumbs up. That's fair.
Thumbs up. Give us a thumbs up, guys.
Thumbs up. This is the only place where the thumbs up is not passive-aggressive. Or if you want to give me a passive-aggressive thumbs up, you can still hit it. I don't care. JD Straight Shot. Since Kevin Brennan won't do Jim and Sam, you should threaten to bring Gino on. Red Bar is really amazing this season. Yeah, I mean, things are not going well with Kevin Brennan and Gino Bisconti. Did you hear about that?
I vaguely keep up with it there, but I do know they're beefing.
Well,
I don't know why.
Kevin almost beat up Gino yesterday, and then he got pissed off and he stormed out of Compound Media. And apparently, from what I know the basics. He slammed the door so hard that it broke some kind of circuit breaker, and Compound Media went down. The whole company. So I don't know what's going on over there.
Like AEW back there.
Yes, it is. Not Sam Lehman. If Hot Dog went on the mole, all the other contestants would think he was the mole right away because he would mess everything up either way. Yeah, they'd be like, Hot Dog, you're obviously the mole. You're sabotaging every game. And you're like, no, I'm a fuck up. I'm not the mole.
I don't mean to.
It's totally different. Six Crow, I got you. Brian Earl, thank you for the contribution. James Malaspino, R.I.P. Hagrid. Yeah, we lost a real one. We lost Hagrid. You hear about Hagrid? He's dead.
Of course.
You like Harry Potter?
Fucking love Harry Potter.
You know why you like Harry Potter?
Why?
You're a boomer.
No.
Kids.
It's still Gen X, Gen Z.
No, you were right the first time, dude. That was a Freudian slip. Gen Z. Not only does Gen Z not like Harry Potter, J.K. Rowling is the enemy of the century.
She's a turf. Yeah.
And what do you think about that?
I do have to hide the facts sometimes. But when you go on a dating app that says, I love Harry Potter, all the profiles.
Okay, and how old are they?
30.
And above.
Yeah.
Ryan Cosman, thank you for sending the sticker. King Buzzo super chatted in a thumbs up, but it's only one thumbs up. That feels a little passive aggressive. A little passive aggressive. Not Sam Lehman. My dad is very dismissive of people, and thumbs up is his favorite emoji. Yeah, you know what? People who are like ornery and don't like emojis because they don't like, expressiveness will send a thumbs up.
Vince McMahon probably sends a bunch of thumbs up.
Vince McMahon said, no, Vince McMahon uses like laughy faces and laughing, crying faces and stuff like that. Kevin, aka Lumford and Sons, the generation that's butthurt about thumbs up emojis are the ones that pushed for the pregnant man emoji. I should just start sending pregnant man instead of thumbs up.
Like, what does that mean?
Well, I'm happy. I'm a pregnant dude. I mean, what could be better?
I feel like that's very woke of you, Sam.
I mean, I'm a dude who's bringing life in this world. I'm doing great. How do you think I'm doing? It's fantastic. Blackjack Thompson says J.K. Rowling is the mole. I think that's right. I think that's right because she's sneaking in with these Gen Zers, and then it turns out she's a TERF. All right. Well, look, I appreciate. Okay, and then Kevin, a.k.a. Lumford and Son, says, my 12-year-old daughter likes Harry Potter. But I believe when your 12-year-old daughter is 15, it won't be the thing that all the kids grew up with. It'll be like maybe some of their
things.
Well, there have been things, but you're just not up on it because you haven't been a kid.
There's Hunger Games. That didn't catch up. Like, that didn't stick around. Like, Harry Potter has its own amusement park.
That's true. But they can make a Hunger Games. I mean, not a Hunger Games. They can make a Squid Games amusement park.
Nah.
Bro.
Oh, that'd be fucking awesome. That would be pretty cool.
Everything's moving too fast. Everything's moving too fast to have that stuff. We're not waiting years for more books and stuff like that, okay? You know what we got? TwitchCon. We got adult film stars breaking their backs, okay? That's what this generation has.
TwitchCon rules.
TwitchCon's the best. Oh, appreciate all you got. Not Sam Miguel says Hot Dog still likes anime. Yeah, I mean, what do you think? This generation is raised on hentai like you? I don't think so.
It's not hentai. They're not having sex with each other. There's some sexual scenes, maybe.
There's some romance, but it's not hentai. All right, guys. Appreciate you all for hanging out tonight. Don't forget to like. Don't forget to subscribe. Check out all the videos. Tell your friends. And remember, I'm going to cheers to you later. We'll see you next week. Go and watch The Mole. We're going to watch all the episodes before next week, and we're going to discuss this, okay? Have a good night.